Title: Having an affair with my boss was a regret. After she finally confessed to being unfaithful, she told me it was a mistake and that she wanted to stay with me. I told her she needed to call her former boss and tell him they could never speak again, and I needed to hear her say those words to him. She was quite resistant to this. The potential new job, if it materialized, would be a significant career advancement for her. Turning it down would be a substantial sacrifice. Hi everybody! I'm leading a goal of 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I truly believe we can achieve it together. So if you could hit that subscribe button, it would really mean a lot to me. Now, let's dive into the story. So my wife, 38, of 16 years cheated on me, 44, with her boss. 16 years, wow. About a month ago, my wife was unfaithful with her former boss. He had left the company the week before. We were both supposed to attend a party downtown that night and spend the night at a nearby hotel. Our babysitter became unavailable, and I had to stay home with our 5-year-old child. She decided she would go alone and spend the night without me. Before she left for work that morning, I told her how uncomfortable I was with that arrangement. Normally, I wouldn't have minded, but something felt off due to some odd behavior over the previous few days. She assured me there was nothing to worry about, and that was that. I woke up abruptly at 2:15 a.m. with a knot in the pit of my stomach. She had recently turned off her phone's location service, which should have been a huge red flag, but I hadn't thought much of it at the time. Nonetheless, I checked it anyway. She had turned it back on, and I could see she was at an apartment complex nowhere near the party location. She remained there until 9 a.m. I confronted her when she got home, and after some half-hearted lies, she stopped denying it. It was the first time, although there might have been some inappropriate behavior earlier in the week. I'll never know for sure. It wasn't a drunken moment of weakness. She had been thinking about it and planning it for a couple of weeks. She knew what she was doing and obviously didn't care about what it would do to the family. Our marriage has had its ups and downs, and I haven't always been the greatest husband. However, I've never been unfaithful, and I love her dearly. Whatever issues we had, I believed we could have worked through them. From what I can piece together, I think she was looking for a quick escape from a husband and child she felt were stifling her. It was a chance to have a different, more exciting life. Turns out, her ex-boss was really just looking for a fling. He put her in a cab, still in her evening gown, and made her do the 9 a.m. walk of shame back to her hotel by herself. Oops. After she finally admitted to the infidelity, she told me it had been a mistake and that she wanted to stay with me. There's a chance her ex-boss would try to hire her at a new company he works for. She's really excellent at her job. I suspect his motivations would be more that she would help him look good rather than anything romantic. She's really not his type. Wow, that's what she's telling you. I told her there was no way that could happen. She couldn't be with me and work for the man she'd broken her vows with. Absolutely not. I told her she needed to call her ex-boss and tell him they could never speak again, and I needed to hear her say those words to him. She resisted this quite strongly. The new job, if it were to materialize, would be an important career boost for her. Turning it down would be a big sacrifice. So I understood some of her hesitation. Actually, I didn't. She was asking me for a day or two to think it through. She went over to her mother's house for a couple of hours, and when she came back, she told me she had decided to make the call and give up the career opportunity. What she didn't know was that because I get the phone bills, I have access to her call records. I could see that she'd talked to her boss for an hour while she was at her mother's. I didn't mention that I knew this and had her call her boss. She told him that it had been a huge mistake and that they needed to cut off all communications. He said he understood and would honor her wishes, pretty much exactly what I wanted to hear. Later, I asked her if she'd talked to her boss since he put her in a cab back to her hotel. She said she hadn't. I pressed her on this, and she said, "If you want the truth, I sent him a text just seeing how he was recovering from the party." I told her I knew that was a lie and that I knew she had talked to him before coming home from her mother's. I pressed her on what the hour-long call was about. She told me it was to talk about what she was going to say to him during the breakup call. I realized, of course, that this made the whole breakup call a pile of nonsense. Yep, they set you up. I told her that I thought she called him to see if there was any chance of a relationship. She denied, but couldn't otherwise explain what the heck the talk was about for so long. Finally, she let slip that he'd said, "You need to try to make it work with your husband. If not, then we'll see." So my instincts were right. She had to think about whether to turn down the possible career opportunity because she had to figure out what her options were. If she could have the job and the guy she was infatuated with, that would be her preference. Failing that, she decided she'd rather lose the job and be with her family than be alone and maybe or maybe not get the job. For what it's worth, I eventually told her to accept the job if they offered it. I don't think he will, though. Once he had been involved with her, it's too much career risk for the drama and fallout. Now, that was all about a month ago. Since then, she's been the model wife. We're going to counseling. She's done everything I've asked. She's put up with my various late-night talks. She doesn't complain when I don't let her sleep in our bedroom, and she's not complaining about it much. She clearly wants things to work now, and I believe her when she says she wants to be with me. Wow. At the same time, though, I'm still having difficulty with the physical side of the infidelity, and I'm having a lot of trouble with being Plan B. I was thinking that the whole time, like, dude, you and the family were Plan B. You're okay with this? Part of it is my bruised ego, but a very large part is a concern that she wants our relationship now, but what happens in the future? I feel like she accepted her life and is now enthusiastic about making the best of it. What happens down the road, though? Absolutely. So the question in front of me now is, what do I do? For the last month, I've been bouncing all over between just digging in and fixing things to thinking about asking her to leave. For what it's worth, if she leaves, our child almost certainly stays with me. My work gives me the time and ability to be a stay-at-home dad, which is a role I enjoy. My inclination as a father is that I probably have to stay and try to make it work. Kids do best with their mommy and daddy who love and respect each other if there's still even a remote chance of that happening for the long term. I don't think I can deny my son that chance. I'm hoping, but not convinced, that time will dull some of the raw emotion. Wow. To sum everything up, my wife cheated on me with her boss. It didn't work out how she expected, and now she wants our relationship to work out. Let me give my thoughts. Dude, and you mentioned it. When I read it, I was like, you're Plan B. What are you doing? You were Plan B to this woman. And guys, I've already checked it. He didn't update this. It's been a while. Apparently, he might still be with this woman. I don't know. But dude, don't ever. Really? She was unfaithful with her boss. You find out about it. She was never going to tell you. You find out about it. You tell her to quit that job and to never speak to him again. As her husband, you tell her this, and she says, I don't know if I can do that because this is a great job opportunity. I would have left before that. But dude, at that point at least, come on. Walk away. Yes, you have a son. 50/50 custody if not full custody. Try your best to get that. And dude, she's done. She's dead to you. She gave her affections to someone else and then got upset when you told her not to talk to him again. Come on. Seriously. She put you last. She put you last. She did not want you. She was done with you once she let somebody else into her life that way. She can blame it on alcohol all she wants. She lied. She planned this. I'm going to the party without you because she knew what she was going to do. She knew exactly what she was going to do. Why would you stay with someone like that? She premeditated this cheating and then had the nerve to say, I don't know if I want to stop talking to him. She had considered working with him still. Are you kidding me? Ayo, don't worry about it. I'm not really his type. He just had an affair with you. What do you mean you're not his type? He just did. Come on, man. I can't believe this guy went back. Guys, he went back. She's the model wife. No, she's not. She's still talking to that guy. I guarantee it. Man, let's check out these comments. Someone said, she was actively trying to find something better, got rejected by that something, got busted, continued to lie, deny, and cover it up. Now that those options are dried up, she has no choice but to act the role of a model citizen. She's obviously been okay at acting to this point, so I don't know why you'd buy this sudden change in attitude. She often deceives. Thank you. Someone said agreed. I seriously don't get people like this. She lied over and over. Who knows what actually happened with the call while she was at her mom's? The worst part is, if given the chance again, can OP actually be able to trust her in one of these situations? I wouldn't. No, he'll never trust her again. That man is going through it right now. I can guarantee you that. He didn't update, but he's going through it right now. Someone said, you are now Plan B, sorry if that's harsh, but I don't see how it's not so. People using Plan B will always look for a new Plan A, and B never gets promoted to top billing. The events of your story mirror mine very closely. Model wife immediately after the truth came out, counseling going well, a real sense of hope until she finds a new way, get out now with something of your dignity intact. Your children will ultimately be okay. Right now, they know something is wrong, no matter how well you think you two are covering it up. They're smarter than you think and a heck of a lot more resilient. To me, man, this is just crazy. I can't believe, guys. Let me know what you think about this in the comments. And that's the end of this video, everyone. If you have any thoughts you'd like to share, please leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this content. Turn on notifications to stay updated on my latest posts. See you next time.